Well, this is Dylan back at goldpaydirtreviews.com, and I'm on my last bag of lynch mining. It's my gold palooza with them, pretty much. So far, this is the lynch mining reserve Paydirt. It's the black label, $65. So far, I've had really good results with the lynch mining. The Gizmo was great. The Gizmo's Supremo ended over 100%, as did the reserve. So I don't know where this is going to end up. We'll find out. But so far, I would have no problem buying any of these bags. I would even buy this one again. I haven't even tried it. So far, I've been so impressed with the lynch mining and their Paydirt. Even, you know, the Supremo, the Gizmo Supremo, the reserve, as well as this one, all have 1 gram added to them. So, you know you're going to at least get a gram out of them. The Gizmos itself didn't, and it didn't make 100% Roy, but it was really high Roy. But it's their much lower priced Paydirt, so, you know, you get what you pay for. And this is what I paid for. So I'm going to open it up, see how this one is. Ooh. Lot of black sand. This is a lot of black sand. Probably why it's called black label. So this is going to be very, very challenging. Not expecting anything over 10. It looks to be all really fine. But, you know, that's what I keep saying. And then each time I keep getting surprised with some nice little clinkers or, you know, some surprises. Seeing some gold, which is good. You know, if you can see it by hand, that's always a great sign. You know, there you go. Look at that. That's a beautiful piece of gold right there. So, we're going to put it right back in there. Oh, it just sinks. So, I'm going to screen this down, come back in a minute and show you what I get. That'll be besides this. So, obviously, I am going to get something over 10. I'm just not expecting very many rocks over the 10 plus mesh, you know. You know, a lot of bigger pieces of gold, you know. It's always good when you run your hands through it if you can find gold. You know, that's always a beautiful thing. So I'm going to come back. I'm going to show you what I get out of this when I screen it down. And then from then, as usual, we'll go down to panning it all and see what we get. All right. All right, I'll be right back. All right, back. Finished screening everything out. And as I expected, this is some really fine stuff. Surprised me. More over 10 stuff than I thought. Thank God most of it's gold and not rocks. But as you can see, a lot of nice choice pickers. This should be fairly easy to pan out. But, you know, it'll take tons of skill, which I will do my best to accomplish. Oh, look at that. I already did it. So that's what I got out of the over 10. And as usual, I'm really impressed. I really love this. This will probably, the big picker will definitely go into my son's little clinker tube. Sadly, not mine. This is what I got for under 10, over 20. Not very much. I didn't see any gold. You know, I will pan it, but I'm not expecting anything out of it. If I get one little piece, I'll be surprised. I do see some flakes in here. This is a under 20, over 30. Again, not very much. Compared to the reserve or the Gizmo Supremo, they were about 50-50 between, you know, the over 30 to under 30 was probably about 50-50. But in this one, as you can see, it is almost all over under 30. I'm guessing probably 90% of it is under 30, which is going to mean this is going to take a very, very long time to pan. I'm going to take my trusty magnet and see. It is, as usual, as per with all the other stuff I got from Lynch's, very magnetized. So that will help out a lot. But, you know, I know some people say it doesn't really make a difference if you do this. It won't trap the gold. But in my experience, it does. You know, when you got this much black sand that's magnetized, it will grab a hold of some gold and you will lose it. If you just try to take it and pop it in another pan and not run it in a different form. I mean, I do use a magnet, but usually after I've panned, you know, so. But I will use it to try and speed it up. So if this video is a day late, you'll know why. It's because of this monster pile of black sand. If it's on time, that means I had a lot of extra time on my hands. So I'm going to go start panning and see what I can get out of this, and this. Then I'll be back and start cutting and showing you what I'm getting out of each one and continue the lynch mining gold palooza. And so I'll be right back and start panning this out and show you what I get out of it. All right. All right, back, and after a great amount of skill, I managed to pan out the over 10 mesh, as you can see. Ecstatic with that, especially the big old picker. I mean, this is just a giant picker. So ecstatic about that. I also did the under 10 over 20, and actually surprised me. Got 2 tiny little flakes. So again, it was a masterful amount of skill to pan that small amount out, but I did it, and now I've got 2 little flakes. So now next, I'm going to pan out this, the over 30, under 20. I did see some gold in this when I was running my fingers through it earlier. I actually saw a lot of gold. So this I'm expecting to be pretty good. So, and then we'll tackle the monster. The pretty much pound of this stuff. So, alright, I'm going to find my pan and get to it and come back and show you what I get out of this. And I'm expecting a good little bit of gold since, you know, it does have a gram in it. And the more I find here means the less I'm going to have to work with this. But I'm assuming I'm going to have to work a lot on that. That's just going to be, that's going to be an all-dayer. So, let's have some fun with it. I'll be right back and show you what I get out of this. Alrighty, finished panning out the over 30, under 20, and that's what I got. Looks to be about as par to what I got on the other reserve bag. So far, I'm pretty impressed as I am with so far with every one of the lynch minings. So we'll start at the top. I'll show you what I got so far again. Over 10, nice clinkers, pickers, whatever you want to call them. Under 10, over 20, and these 2 pieces probably could have screened down and gotten in this one. You know, you never know. Sometimes they just got that one little nick on them or edge that keeps them out. And then all this. But I still have to go through the big bonanza to see exactly what I got. So we'll see how that goes. Again, this Paydirt, I don't know if I can get it. I got a lot of, but this stuff, the gold, does float a lot. So make sure you use your dish soap or go-getter juice or whatever you use. It's real important. This stuff, even the pieces this size are floating on me, and a lot. So, you know, I've been using a lot of go-getter juice, but I'd much rather use a lot of that than, you know, lose a piece of gold. So make sure you use something. But it does float again. Black sands are magnetized, so hopefully the next one won't take super long time, but we'll find out. I'm gonna start dealing with this, see if I can't get it out the way and make it see how much gold I can get out of it. Alright, then I'll be back and show you what I got out of that and give you my final thoughts on it and everything else. Alright, thanks. Alright, finally finished panning off everything from the Lynch Mining Reserve, the black label. And again, as I showed you before, this is what I got out of the over 10. Some nice chunkies, clinkers, pickers, whatever you want to call them. These are by far much bigger pieces than I got out of the Reserve or the Gizmos. So far I'm seeing the trend is, the better the bag, the bigger the gold and the big chunkier spots. In between under 10 and over 30. Even though some of these didn't fit through the screen and some did, I think it's all just based on the angle and whatnot. But 2 little pieces in that one and a lot of pieces in this one. So I think these, like I said, this is predominantly how all of the Lynch Mining's gold has turned out pretty much, where you have some bigger pieces and then the majority of it's around the over 30, around the 20 screen. And then this is what I got in the under 30. Again, not a ton of really fine stuff, which has been how it's been going for the Lynch Mining. So, I'm still super impressed with this Paydirt. The black sands in this were a big pain in the butt. There was a lot of black sand. I mean, in this bag, in the black label, it was majority of it was black sand, and that was to get this amount. So, if you want a real challenge and to work through a lot of Paydirt just to get a small amount of gold, but in the end up with a large amount of gold because you got a lot of the bigger pieces, this is well worth it. I know a lot of bags, they either or. You'll get a bag of Paydirt and it's got some chunky stuff in it and then just nothing else. Or, you get a bag and it's just all really, really fine stuff and you work a ton on it. This has got great. It goes all around the full gambit. This one is a lot harder just because there's so much of the black sands, but they are very magnetized. So, you can go through it a little bit quicker than you would if it was just, really fine blonde sand. So again, I'm going to weigh this all up. I don't know what the final ROI is. So far, I've had 2 over 100, and I had the original one that I reviewed was the Gizmos Paydirt, and it ended up around the 66% if I remember right, which is great, which is above average, I think, on what most Paydirt you'll buy is, or what it should be. Paydirt should be, when you buy it, in my opinion, around the 50 to 60% mark. You understand these people aren't going to give you gold. You got to try and get a return on it, and they got to try and get a return too, and you just hope for those days where you get over 100. Now, on the Gizmo Supremo and on the Reserve Lynch Mining, I did get over 100% on both, and that was wonderful. I actually got a better return on the Gizmo Supremo than I did on, but they were still both over 100%, and I will never knock anybody if I get over 100%, He can send me a horrible email if I get over 100%. I'm happy, and you'd still have a customer for life. This one, I don't know what it is. It's looking to be really good, but you never know until you weigh, because the one thing about bigger clunkers and pickers is their weight will surprise you. Sometimes you'll have ones that are really, really heavy and other ones that are really, really light, and they'll look the exact same. So, but I'm going to weigh it up. Again, this is sadly my last bag of Lynch Mining. I am going to try and get some more from Rhett, and that's who runs Lynch Mining, is Rhett, and a great guy. I've sent him a ton of emails and back and forth, and except for when he's out of town, he's always answered them right away, which is good. And I know they have all kinds of specials they run all the time for members, as well as, they do run a lot of promotions and stuff like that where they give away free bags of dirt, and that's wonderful. So make sure at least the very minimum you go check out their website, lynchmining.com, and you should buy some. If you're going to pick someone to buy, this is one of my top so far. I only have a couple buyers where I would highly recommend. This is definitely one of them. I mean, there's a lot that I'll say, hey, they gave me good Paydirt and this and this and this and this. But just so far, the return on 4 different bags, to have 4 bags that I would buy again, is astronomical. That's just awesome to me. A lot of my top sellers, even though I don't have reviews for them, I have reviewed them before or done their Paydirt before. I just wasn't at that time doing my blog. So even though the one review I might have might be great, I might not have got as good of a return on the other one. So it's just, there's very few guys that I would say go here every time. I just buy a lot of Paydirt from a lot of different sellers because I like reviewing them. So a lot of people say, oh, I'll stick to lynch mining, I won't buy from anyone else. Well, you know, that's great, you know, and I don't knock that, but, you know, I'd have a really boring blog if I only bought from lynch mining. So, and I do have some more reviews. I know this one's going to be a day late, just because today's my birthday, so I'm not going to be uploading a video today. I'll put it up tomorrow for you, so, you know, it'll be a day late, but, you know, good thing comes to those wait. But I still will have 2 more reviews probably at the end of the month. 2 reviews from eBay sellers that I bought, and I really want to get their reviews up. I want to do their dirt. And then next month, we'll see what we have. I know I plan on doing another company. I got a couple bags of their Paydirt, so next month I'll be focusing on them. But for this month, September is definitely lynch mining, and next year, very minimum for my birthday, I will be getting more lynch mining for my wife, you know, so I can't say enough about it. Go get you some, and I'm out. Go to my website to get links to their site and more information about my final thoughts on it all. All right, thank you.